Kanye is back out of the shadows, and his next album is officially on the horizon. I can actually see the light. But nah, man, I'm being for real this time. Some crazy announcements that make me wonder a lot about the future of Vultures 2, or what could possibly be a completely new and different album. So let's get into everything. Like and subscribe for more rap content. Kanye time. Now, before anything, to recap some smaller news from the past few weeks quickly, just so you guys can understand everything I talk about later on before we get into the big stuff. Here's everything you need to know without wasting a second of your time and turning each of these tiny things into their own 10-minute video. Yeezy porn concepts leaked, Kanye is an enemy of the state in Ukraine, and Kanye's next listening party is officially on the way. And the listening parties, plural, were one of the main reasons that I wanted to make this video. Not to report the news of it, because if I was doing that, I'd be Internet Explorer. Both of these leaked so long ago. But talk about what this means for Vultures 2, or at this point in time, what could be a completely different album, because Kanye only has one chance left. And if you didn't know about these LPs and you're under a rock, Kanye has two alleged listening parties coming up, one in Russia on September 6th, then another in Korea in the Seoul Stadium, and that thing is fucking huge, which is now officially set to be on an earlier date than the Russia one on August 23rd. It's clear that there was definitely a break in the last few weeks or so of Kanye's working time on the album, which was confirmed, especially now knowing that he's back in Tokyo recording music again. But these listening parties being scheduled is huge for one reason. It is a deadline for him. We have seen from past listening parties, albums, clothes, anything that Ye refines the most and works best is best under pressure. And this makes so much sense because as someone who is a creative, I myself cannot work without a deadline, especially if I can just move it back more and more myself. So I can't imagine how it is for someone the caliber of someone like Kanye West. But going back, this happened with Donda, scheduling these huge stadiums, working up until the last minute, play off the grid.
Ain't no motherfucking game, man. It's like 8 hours left of this shit. No fucking chuckling and nothing, no kind of way. Alright, play off the grid.
But jokes aside, Donda isn't the only time that Kanye has done something like this. We saw this happen as recent as Vultures 1, with scheduling listening parties in Italy when there was practically no music ready at all. Granted, those listening parties never happened. Are we cooked? Nah, but for real, the listening parties still happened around the dates of the original, so I don't think that cooks this entire theory. Unless that date finally comes, it happens, and we hear this shit start playing. No! And I know all of you guys think that Kanye and honestly all of these rappers like Cardi don't do this stuff on purpose and that they are super unorganized, but trust me, they are not. Everything is calculated, and with the hype building up for these listening parties again, we're seeing new leaks of some of the most hyped songs on Vultures 2, like a lot clearer versions of River and Slide from the Miami listening parties when Vultures 1 first dropped, which we have heard from pretty much day one, and both of those songs have been fan favorites. But talking about the hype, just around music in general, I think that is Kanye's biggest problem right now with the album. Besides him just not dropping his album and delaying it over and over again, Kanye is destroying everything, from his legacy of his past albums to the destruction of anything possible in the future. I don't think it's any secret that the hype for Vultures 2 is pretty much gone at this point. Absolutely no one cares, and with Kanye's recent actions and lawsuits being very publicized, it's killing off those fans day by day. The fans that are excited for the album and are maybe not as invested as a Kanye superfan, but they make the album popular, mainstream, and more, which it's clear that's what Ye wants. And his options for Vultures 2 are slimming down a ton, and I know what you guys are about to comment. It's just because he's not doing anything. News around Kanye is dry right now besides the listening party. Once he comes back, people are going to care, and to be honest, I just do not think that is the case, or at least having the hype as high as it was prior to Vultures 1, or around the time of Carnival going #1. This is going to be a tough pill for a lot of you to swallow, but I really think it's over for Vultures 2. Maybe not literally, the album could still come, but the hype will not be there unless there is a crazy viral snippet. A lot of people think that Kanye is washed, he gets cooked in every general rap comment section, mostly from the Yo Dot I Got You incident, but I don't think a collab album is going to save him from that, especially with Ty's freaky ass. Ty is fire, but what I would do to hear a new solo Ye project. It's been 3 years, that's all I want. And also, especially if Kanye is going to treat it like a solo album, he might as well make it one. If you're gonna tell me that Vultures 1 wasn't treated like a Kanye solo album, you're lying. I mean, just look at the cover. Ty's not even on it. Especially with the listening party scheduled allegedly, that's in a long time, and we know a lot of the Vultures 2 songs were already pretty finished, so why so long? I'm saying a new era could totally be upon us, and I'm kinda hoping it is. A lot of people are over Vultures. I would love to read your guys' comments if you have any other thoughts on how this could go, but in my opinion, I say scrap the concept of Vultures 2, keep the actual music because it's really, really good. I mean, listen to these snippets, they're just godly.
This ain't big pharmacy, but fucking Yeezy got perks, huh? You do what you want now, like you Lil Uzi Vert or something.
But scrap the concept and basically turn it into a solo album and maybe save some of the other songs from Vultures 2 for future endeavors or as singles. Kanye albums are best when they are events, at least in my eyes. Look at T-Lop with the listening parties for it and Donda with those listening parties. The world building and creative around those albums were just absolutely insane, which is what makes them so good. And for those about to call Donda trash, argue with a wall because it has aged like wine besides being a little bloated. But back to what I was saying, world building makes that album sound and feel so much more immersive when you can really get what that artist is saying in their project. And it's why albums like Astroworld are so successful and good. The environment for Vultures 1 kinda sucked, I'm not gonna lie, which is why it made it fade away so quickly. The listening parties were bland. A lot of the people thought that the music was not the best that Kanye could do. I thought it was good, but I'm also a Kanye meat rider. A lot of the music videos or content associated with the album were just straight up AI and not human created. So I think if Kanye focuses hard on making the creative world building and just straight marketing on whatever project is next, it could really succeed. Because real ones know that he is not washed. My goat is not washed. And I want him to show everyone that he isn't. Sorry about the yap. It got a little unhinged, but I'm just so passionate about this shit. I want my favorite artists to succeed, especially when there's that untapped potential that they are definitely not using. And when it comes to Kanye, that happens 100%. And those are some really cool videos on the screen right now. You should definitely click them. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and follow all my socials down below for more rap content. And on that note,